What's the deal? Is that my homegirl on the YouTube channel? Oh shit! It's your girl, I'm CK. Today, as you can see in this beautiful title section, we are doing element reads. Obviously, we're going to be doing a little bit different. If you're from my TikTok, hey homegirl, I'm glad you made it over here. The way that we're going to be doing our YouTube is just a little bit different. Instead of how we do our live readings on TikTok, it's going to be a situation where we're just focusing on one zodiac sign. And as you can see today, we are focusing on Aries. So let's get started. Today's readings are going to be just general messages. We're going to be going into in-depth messages for our Aries over this time. So sit back, relax, sun, moon, rising. There's going to be different stories that pop out because your girl got ADHD. I'm going to tell y'all right now, YouTube. Your girl do. So I bounce around and I have more than one message that comes out for y'all. So sit back, relax, get some popcorn, baby, and enjoy the show. We're going to always start out our readings with just a general message for whatever zodiac sign that we are talking about at that time. For this message for today, we are going to be using our Rebel deck. This is my favorite Oracle deck right now because I like the cussing. Yeah, your girl likes to cuss. So let's get started, YouTube. Alrighty, as you can see, we're going to be doing our Aries, sun, moon, rising, male or female. Let's go into our general messages and see what comes out. Alrighty, what's going on for our Aries today? Aries, what is y'all's message? Alright, first card that comes out. Baby, we finna stop texting. We finna stop stalking. We finna stop looking for something that ain't looking for us. We're going to stop checking on that person and then just give into things that are going to pour into us. Your ancestors are telling you to spend your time on things that are worthy of you. If you find yourself right now, Aries, pouring into something that is not fulfilling spirit, this is your sign. We need to go ahead and let this go. Because at this point right now, there are certain things that we're manifesting. And the way that we're moving, stagnation is not needed. So get on it, okay? The next card that comes out is winning. Simple. You got a good thing coming. Don't fuck it up. Yeah, because you could do that, Aries. You get to overthinking a little bit, especially when it comes to like micromanaging a situation and there's a shift. Your ancestors are telling you to be patient, okay? So that's our general messages starting out. Boom. Let things go that aren't worthy of you because right now, the way things are moving, Aries, it's time for good. And you have good things coming in. So all that worrying and looking back at the past, looking for macaroni Tony because we knew on YouTube. Let's go ahead and get a little auntie's vocabulary for a second.
Macaroni Tony, or Macaroni Tina for females, is a single person. They have more than one love option, and they just can't help it because they look that good.
Thank you. So let's continue going forward. As we could say, let's get into it. Now, I do see some good things coming out for my Aries. Let's get started. Alrighty. Starting out with our hidden heart secrets, because we like to get into the nitty gritty of things before we talk about the blessings. Because bitch, let's get everything out the way, so we don't be blindsided about all the good things that we talking about. Okay. So to start out with y'all's message, your ancestors are saying that there is something that we might be having irrational fears on. Overthinking, like I was saying in our first little message. Overthinking, overanalyzing, micromanaging. Your ancestors are telling you that this can come from a fear of rejection, a fear of things being displaced. Take your time, Aries. Take your time. Good things are coming in. Soulmate energy, balance, good things are coming out for you. I do see being in a situation, Aries, where your ancestors are saying that there's going to be an opportunity of elevation coming in that we did not anticipate. Now, friendships are going to be something that we're going to be focusing on, especially because we just had this pink moon. We just got out of the Venus and the Mercury retrograde. A lot of us has been focusing on our relationships. And this is actually really good because this is going to be helping a lot of you guys get to a point where we have released some things, especially when we find ourselves being faced with mirrors. And with a mirror, another thing for auntie's vocabulary.
A mirror is a person or an event in our lives that brings up shadow work. These are being presented so we can remove them within ourselves.
Thank you. All right, but going back into it, you might have been faced with a mirror recently. And I do see it being a situation where a lot of us have learned some really big lessons. So good shit. Good shit. I like that for you, Aries. What I do see is that there's balance coming into your life, a sense of harmonious energy. We're feeling confident. We're feeling good. We're working out. We're getting new jobs. Our money is picking up. Things are just starting to elevate for us a lot more than we anticipated at first. Now for my single Aries, your love life is picking up. Now let's get into it. We are going to go into our love section for our Aries in just 1 second to see what's just generally going on for y'all. But right now we're talking to our singles, okay? So it does look like there's this energy of somebody being withdrawn. You've been kind of pulling yourself back from the ideas of like what love is supposed to be bringing you. I do see you being in a situation where your ancestors are telling you that the mindset that we've been having recently could be stagnating us when it comes to love. And Auntie's finna see why. Like, what's going on with my homegirl or my homeboy? Why is you self-sabotaging? Okay, so that's the energy of the person that's associated with it. Now let's get into I knew it. There was a past love situation, Aries, where there was an older lover or somebody who came off as very mature in the beginning of the relationship. What I see happening is that it actually looks like this person was not mature and they were somebody who was a macaroni tone. And we're about to have another part of Auntie's vocabulary because there's different versions of the macaroni family, okay? So let's get into it. We already talked about macaroni Tony. Let's get into macaroni tone. Auntie?
Now, macaroni tone is somebody who's in a relationship, girl, and they still using that macaroni Tony energy. They don't care about being in a relationship. They want multiple people, okay? Macaroni tone is dangerous, girl. Stay away. Yeah.
Thank you. So I do see this energy of a macaroni tone that y'all dealt with. So it definitely does look like, and macaroni tone can be male and female. So let's keep that in mind. Or the macaroni family can be they can be male or female. So just keep that in mind, Aries, when y'all coming into these messages when I'm talking about the macaronis, okay? Like I was saying, I do see being in a situation where we've kind of pulled ourselves back from a situation because of what we've been through within our past relationships. The ancestors are telling you that with divine timing, what you've been manifesting will come in. But yes, so I do see you being in a situation where there was a macaroni tone that you dealt with in the past. It does look like the ancestors are talking about the possibilities of you still having some areas within where we needed some healing to come out, Aries. We found ourselves being withdrawn because with this person, we found this energy of like being in the mindset of like, we're who we belong to each other. Like, you know, I belong to you, you belong to me type energy. I was really locked in, Aries. At least you thought. But you know, like I said, you was dealing with a macaroni tone, babe. Not a macaroni Tony or not a macaroni tone. We're going to talk about macaroni tone when we have to talk about him. We ain't bringing up that nigga right now. Let's not worry about him. Or for my, you know, for those who found themselves being in a situation shift that they thought that was going to be more recently. It does look like there's this energy of like just feeling like somebody deceived you, and we find ourselves being withdrawn from the ideas of love. Your ancestors are telling you to enjoy your singlehood, Aries. Good things are coming out very, very soon. And it does look like your ancestors are telling you that with divine timing, what you've been manifesting will line up perfectly. I do see it being a situation where my Aries, there's a lot of energy around y'all's love life picking up very soon. Singles, I do see the strong possibilities of an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, more leaning on a Capricorn or a Taurus to be coming in very soon. And it does look like they're giving this energy of like being really excited about the next steps between the two of you guys. They aren't trying to move fast, but they are very adamant on letting you know that their intentions is to be in a serious relationship. Now let's get into the energy of those that are actively dating. Let's go into our love messages. Ooh, great passion is coming out for my Aries who are actively in a relationship. This had just started picking up. So it does look like the ancestors are telling you that you have an opportunity, Aries, of being able to have a relationship that you did not feel would be prosperous, but is showing you fairly quickly that it is something of value. I do see travels coming out this summer and spring for those that are in relationships. It does look like it would be kind of like trickling off into the ending of spring, going into summer. That's when it's really starting to pick up, especially when it comes to like money situations being slow for both you and your partner up until this Gemini season that's coming in. It does look like the ancestors are saying that there's an opportunity of good things coming out for you very soon. I do see this energy of like fun energy, music festivals, possibly going to concerts, just kind of like intriguing. That adventurous side of yourself is something that I see happening with this person. I don't think that you anticipated this to be something that'll be prosperous for you, but it actually looks like it's a relationship that does give you a sense of like optimism. It makes you feel excited to be around each other. My advice, have a sense of individualities, Aries. Do not be too wrapped up in this person to where we just feel like when they're doing their own thing, one, the past starts to resurface. So we find ourselves being in this energy where we're nervous or worrisome about a relationship or something from our past, peeking back up in this present situation that we're in. I don't see that being the case. But then also I see you being in a situation where your ancestors are saying to make sure that we don't allow ourselves to automatically think that our partners don't want to be around us, we're not fun, like negative ways of thinking, especially if you're like a homebody and stuff like that. There are certain things that you guys are able to do together. And also, closed mouth don't get fed, bitch. If you want to go out, go out. Tell your man or your woman that you know, I want to, babe, let's go do something. I be, the money looking good. Why not? Like, I do see you being in a situation where your ancestors are saying that a past situation or just the lack of resources or the ideas of the lack of resources is what's holding y'all back. I do see you being in a situation where one, individually, both you and your partner are going to have good money coming in, Aries. I do see by the ending of the month of June going into July, a lot of you guys are going to have an opportunity of being able to feel a lot more confident about not only our love life, but just the money that we're bringing in, how we're caring for self. There's a lot of self-care here that I see coming in. So it does look like there's an opportunity of a lot of good things coming out for my Aries. Good shit. For those who are a Cancer or a Capricorn moon, it does look like there's this energy of pregnancy coming out for you guys. So congratulations in advance for that. We'll go into y'all's pregnancy messages in just a little bit. But to sum up our love messages, what do we see coming out? What are some of the things that our Aries, sun, moon, rising, male or female, need to be realizing when it comes to love? Great changes are coming into your love life. Mental and emotional clarity is coming in, Aries. It does look like there's this energy of your ancestors saying that you might be a little bit nervous or worrisome, though. You might be in this energy where you're just like, I don't know. I just need to really figure out if this is meant for me. And then confirmation is coming in very soon. So do be mindful of that. I do see you being in a situation where there has been a little bit of turmoil when it comes to like personal endeavors, like individual situations. I do see balance coming in for you. Your ancestors are telling my feminine Aries, my women, it does look like y'all are needing to lean back into your feminine energy or be more softer with your partner, allowing them to lead, trusting the energy of the relationship, feeling like confident that your partner is going to continue to bring this energy of knowing where they're wanting to be in y'all's relationship and what's the next step between the two of you guys. New beginnings are coming in. Your ancestors are giving you an opportunity of starting over. Y'all finna be busting a bitch. And let's go ahead and give some of y'all some Cali auntie vocabulary.
So in California, when we say bust a bitch, that's when you're driving. You're doing a U-turn. I don't know why we say that. But when I'm saying it in readings, I mean something coming back around with bright prospects.
Alrighty, thank you. So let's go back into our messages. But like I said, things coming back in, being able to try again, starting over. This is going to be good for y'all, Aries. My advice for y'all is to not allow yourself to be in a position to where we're viewing a situation based off of a past endeavor. You're not with that person anymore. So stop moving like you would Mr. Three Pair of Pants. And Mr. Three Pair of Pants, yeah, let's go ahead and get some vocabulary in there.
So Mr. Three Pair of Pants is a man who don't do nothing but change them 3 pair of pants. You can ask him to change his ways. He's not doing it, but he's going to change them true religion jeans. Yes, yes.
All right, Mr. Three Pair of Pants can be Miss Connect Along Wig, and the same thing goes when it comes to Mr. Three Pair of Pants and Miss Connect Along Wig. They don't change nothing but those things. She don't change nothing but that Connect Along Wig. She don't do nothing but switch it around for you, baby. Or he don't do nothing but change them pants. Might wash them, throw them in a dryer. He might not wear that second pair of pants for at least like 2 or 3 days. Might try to surprise you a little bit. That's all he do. But we have an opportunity of being in something new, starting over, having good energy around us. Releasing things is another thing that I see for you guys, Aries. It does look like the ancestors are talking about the possibilities of, you, like I said, not allowing past situations to cause an opportunity of like a lack of judgment with making a decision, a lack of clarifying judgment when it comes to making a decision. Allow yourself to make logical decisions over these next 6 weeks. So I do see some things coming out for you. And it's like, damn, the last time I did this, it didn't work out for me. This is not the last time. You don't have the same people around you. You don't have that lack of resources anymore. You're not in this, the energy that you once were in. So it's a lot different than it was before. So let's keep that in mind, please, Aries. New beginnings are coming around, y'all. Say yes to new opportunities. Over these next 6.5 weeks, I do see the strong possibilities of growth mentally, emotionally, and physically. Congratulations in advance. Let's go into our pregnancy readings. All right, so let's go into our messages, Aries, for your pregnancy reading. Now, how we're going to do our pregnancy readings when we're doing these type of reads where we're just generalizing everything, we're not specifying the whole life just for pregnancy, is we are going to be going ahead and pairing my Aries up with the elements. Kind of how we do it on TikTok. We're going to be doing Aries with air sign, Aries with fire, Aries with earth, and then Aries with water. So we're going to go ahead and go into our messages, getting started. And then from there, we're going to be going into our just generalized messages, closing out our readings for Aries for this evening. So let's get started, Aries, with your pregnancy readings. For my Aries who are dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you're dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, what is going on for your pregnancy journey? See strong possibilities of a baby that was once lost reappearing with bright prospects. It does look like this Aries is putting in a lot more action too. It might have been a time where things were delayed or there was a little bit of a slowdown. The ancestors are talking about the possibilities of really good news coming out for you in this air sign. It does look like there's an opportunity that if you've already been baby dancing and getting ready for Gemini season in the month of May going into June, there's a strong possibilities of conception coming out with you guys getting a positive first. If not, I see the strong possibilities of conception coming out no later than around the ending of Leo season, going into Virgo season at the ending of the month of August. It does look like there's an opportunity of you guys going ahead and having a door opening up to conception. If you guys have a baby already, I see the possibilities of a male energy, and this is what your husband has been waiting on. Congratulations. For my Aries that are dealing with fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If you guys are not trying for a baby right now because your partner is wanting to make sure that certain things are in alignment, do not get discouraged. This does not mean that they don't want pregnancy with you. This does not mean that they want to, just wait it out and they're wasting your time. I see you being in a situation where there are certain things that they're waiting to come into fruition. And then from there, baby, they're ready to go ahead and have a baby. They've already manifested a child with you, Aries. They're very, very serious. It's just all about alignment. Do not allow past situations to discourage you on pregnancy as well. Stop telling yourself that you can't get pregnant. If you're dealing with a fire sign and you find yourself not being able to conceive a baby, it might be a situation that you're having a little bit of issues when it comes to conception. And if you're needing assistance with that, go ahead and go to my other YouTube. And I'll go ahead and link it so that way you can go ahead and find it. On this YouTube, you're able to go ahead and get all of my fertility, conception, labor, postpartum tips and advice from the point of view as me as a full spectrum doula, as well as a student of midwifery. But going back into the message, I do see it being a situation where there's an opportunity of conception coming out with this fire sign. It just looks like y'all are needing to track for ovulation. You could be off, and your menstrual cycle has been off within the last few months due to stress, as well as the possibilities of a chemical pregnancy. And a chemical pregnancy is when the sperm and egg meet, travel down the fallopian tubes, and but for some reason, the egg does not fully burrow to the uterus. And what happens is that the brain does not get the signals that, oh shoot, we're pregnant. You'll get some pregnancy symptoms, yes, because there's an egg there, but your body goes ahead and it flushes out the uterine lining with the embryo itself. So there is a possibility of somebody having a loss. You might have experienced a faint positive pregnancy test, and then shortly after that, some weird bleeding. Like I said, if you're needing assistance with any tips for fertility and things like that, go ahead and go to my other YouTube, and that's where you guys can go find those things. Let's continue going forward. For those that are dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, like I said, there were some delays with your person, but I do see the strong possibilities of things lining up within these last few weeks, going into the next few months. And by the ending of June, going into July, they're ready to go ahead and start trying for a baby. Even before this, though, your partner is going to start joking and hinting at a child. This will make you be like, what are we doing? Like, we finna try for a baby. What is this? So I do see it being a little bit of nervousness, a little bit of worrisome energy, but I do see it being a situation where it aligns perfectly. You and your partner will be able to go ahead and have an opportunity of a beautiful baby coming in. We'll be going ahead and talking about traits and things like that, or the characteristics of the babies in just a little bit when we're talking about just generalized messages for Aries. But going into my fire signs, I definitely do see strong possibilities of your partner having very like these features here, the nose and the lips, very significant in their family. Your baby's gonna be having that too, girl. That ultrasound, you're like, oh yeah, they're your baby. It's not that you was worried or nothing, bitch. And it's no shame. Auntie don't judge Nathan. But it just look like you like, okay. It's one of those times where people are like, oh, baby, he couldn't deny this baby if he wanted to. Even though he really wouldn't, because I see this person wanted to marry you. We're going back into the message, Aries. I do see strong possibilities that if you're dealing with a fire sign, there is a strong possibility of development coming into y'all's TTC journey, which leads to conception going into summertime. It does look like somebody is going to be dealing with a fire sign. This is a Sagittarius. You are going to be surprising your Sagittarius on their birthday with a positive pregnancy test. So later in this year, I do see strong possibilities of conception. And it aligns beautifully. By this time, you guys are already living in the same space. You guys are already up under each other, planning things like marriage and stuff like that. So it's all about divine timing. And I want to say that because I feel like there's this energy, Aries, where you're like, bitch, if you don't give me no baby, I'm out of here. 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 But I don't see that being the case. Just calm down. Calm down, Bookie. Calm down. If you are dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, everything is in alignment. Taurus season is a beautiful time for y'all. It might actually be a situation where y'all have been baby dancing recently a lot more. Your partner can't stay up off you, girl. And I do see the strong possibilities of conception. There's a possibilities of twins here, male and female energy. So I definitely do see it being a situation like I was talking about. There's a strong possibilities of your partner having a lot of twins on his side of the family, because I definitely do see the twin energy coming from the paternal side, the male energy. So I do see the strong possibilities of conception coming out for y'all. Congratulations. Your ancestors are telling you to keep your business to yourself, though. I would suggest Aries dealing with with the earth sign. I would suggest Aries dealing with an earth sign that we're going ahead and being a lot more silent when it comes to the energy that we have upon our, relationship, as well as our pregnancy journey. If you are actively trying for a baby right now with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, within the next week and a half, I do see the strong possibilities of a faint positive pregnancy test coming out. So I would say by the ending of the month of April of 2025, going into that first week of May, a lot of you guys are going to have an opportunity of going ahead and getting a positive pregnancy test. I do see it being a situation where there is this energy of an ex-lover who's going to be pissed, Aries. You know, I'm gonna tell you right now, auntie love it. I love to see it. Not they mad, bitch. Not they mad because they had an opportunity of a blessing in front of them and they wasted their time. Yeah. So your ancestors are saying that there's good energy coming out for you when it comes to your pregnancy journey. For those that are dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, I see an opportunity of conception with a beautiful little boy no later than the ending of the month of May. Please make sure that if you are tracking for ovulation, that we are waiting for our most fertile days. And if you're looking for that, please go ahead and check my doula page. And on this page, I'll be going ahead and giving you guys some tips on conception. One of those tips is going to be how to identify when you're ovulating or not. But to go back into it, make sure we're tracking for ovulation, please, so y'all don't miss your most fertile days. It looks like you might be ovulating a little bit earlier than you anticipated. I would suggest throwing that thing coming into this weekend, Bookie, if you can. If not, no later than the ending of the second going into the third week of May. So by the ending of Taurus season going into Gemini season, should you have already conceived a baby. For those that are actively married to a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, for those that are actively married to a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, there's a strong possibility of a beautiful baby girl coming in after you guys have been trying for another boy. So unfortunately, you got a girl coming. But this gives y'all more time to get y'all another baby coming in after this one, which I do see. I see the possibilities of babies being born back to back. So if you're not trying to have that and you're actively pregnant right now with your baby girl and you're with a water sign, I see it being a situation where you need to be very careful because there's a strong possibility of you getting pregnant within at least maybe 4 to 8 months after baby girl is born, and a baby boy will be here. Your ancestors are saying that pregnancy is right around the corner. Right around the corner for those who are actively dealing with the water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I do see being a situation where the month of August is very important. I see this being around the time that you guys are going to be going ahead and announcing your pregnancy to social media, to your friends and family that y'all have on social media and things like this. Your ancestors are saying that there's good news coming out. Congratulations in advance. I send lots of love to you guys. It does look like if you're actively dealing with a Scorpio right now, your partner does want a baby. They're just nervous about going through what they went through with their baby mama or their baby daddy. Okay? It looks like there's this energy of them being a little bit like, damn, I don't want to go through that again. Like, what if we had his baby and then we just break up? Like, we don't work out, which I don't see happening. I actually see it being a situation where you and this person are going to be married. There's some family drama here because the baby mama thought that she was going to be the only one to have a baby, bitch. Too bad. But I see it being a situation where the ancestors are talking about the possibilities of this person being a little bit nervous or worrisome. But I do see it being a situation where there is going to be a door opening up where your partner's like, you know what? I'm ready to have a baby. And you're like, but they start leaving their friends in the club. And this is going to be another moment for us to have an auntie's vocabulary.
So leaving the friends in the club means your partner has finished your intimate moment. They have solidified the moment of conception.
Thank you. All right. But yeah, so what I do see is that there's an opportunity of a lot of good things coming out for those that are actively dealing with the water sign. I see the opportunities of conception coming out for you guys by the ending of the month of September going into October. It's a little bit delayed because they are a little bit nervous or worried just about, like their next steps. I do see some conception coming out for those that are actively dealing with the water sign over these next 2.5 months. Make sure that we're going ahead and avoiding arguments or disagreements. My favorite thing to say on TikTok is that you're using that mouth for the wrong reason. All that arguing you doing when you could be bringing me a god baby. Bring me another sunflower baby. And a sunflower baby is a baby that has been predicted or I've assisted with conception with my services as a doula or a divinator. Because Big Mama, that's your girl. Big Mama to the spirit babies. And as they're here, my sunflower baby. So go ahead. We're trying to hit 1,000. Currently, right now, we're at 910. So let's get to it. We need only 80 more. So all that arguing you doing right now, Aries, all that fiery spirit that you got with this water sign, cool it down. Cool it down because they do want to have a baby with you. And you're just doing a little too much. Y'all arguing and beefing for no reason right now, babe. For no reason. I do see a beautiful baby girl coming out for an Aries who is actively dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. She's going to look a lot like your mother. There is a woman who has passed on of importance to the father. She's going to be having her eye color and her eye shape. For those that are actively dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, there's a strong possibilities of the ancestors saying that there's going to be a beautiful little girl who has like brownish red hair when she's first born. Her hair gets darker over time, but she looks a lot like dad. So congratulations in advance. I do see somebody that does have an opportunity to have a beautiful baby boy. He looks a lot like mom, but he's going to end up being dad's twin. But during the pregnancy, if y'all are going to have a bet about who he's going to look like when he come out, go ahead and bet at thou wow on him looking like you. Just cause, bitch, you know, and then send auntie a little something, cause I helped the bitch out, you know what I'm saying? Cause I helped my hunger out. So you can look out for your girl. You know what I'm saying? You can look out for me because I helped you do that. You know, auntie does that. If you don't know about me, look me up on TikTok, baby. The E5 Big Mama, okay? We're back into our messages. Beautiful baby boy coming in. I do see it be the situation where your children are going to look a lot like you and your partner, perfectly mixed. I see an interracial couple coming out. Baby's going to be having some beautiful, beautiful curly hair. Beautiful curly hair. The hair does start to get a little bit straight, like some stringy, like, you know, straight hairs in between, but very manageable. But yeah, so like I said, beautiful, curly, straight hair. Gonna be a mix of the two. I do see it being a situation where there's a really, I want to say that there's like a stork's kiss on the back of the neck for somebody's beautiful little boy. I do see it being something that is going to be staying with him throughout his life. There also is a Aries who has had preeclampsia or gestational diabetes during a previous pregnancy. I don't see you having it with this next one. Just make sure, babe, that we're going ahead and we're treating our body a lot differently and we're working on our health, okay? All right, let's go into our closing messages. Closing messages for our Aries, sun, moon, rising, male or female energy. Sun or rising, male or female energy. What is the ancestral advice coming out for my Aries? It's time to declutter. Let go of things that are no longer serving us. Let go of things that are causing just stagnation. Letting go of things that are just taking up space. And bitch, you been knew that they took up space. You been knew about this, but we just haven't been really going for the energy of like fixing things when we should, you know? But I do see some good things coming out for you. The ancestors are saying that there's going to be an opportunity of decluttering physical spaces and also emotional spaces. So a lot of things that we have within ourselves, we're going to be addressing and releasing some things. Insecurity, self-doubt, procrastination, comparison, unrealistic boundaries, or just like timelines where we're giving ourselves, just allowing things to flow naturally. I do see a lot of my Aries being able to just go through like a sense of a spring cleaning, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well too. Your home is needing some TLC, Aries, so you might be needing to redecorate, giving some attention to your space. If you're a spiritual girly, or if you're a spiritual boy, a spiritual homeboy, you might need to be cleansing out your house, wiping your walls down, doing some floor washes. You know, the first of the month is coming up very soon. Make sure we get our cinnamon boils ready. I'll be doing a video on that on this page as well too. Just making sure that we are cleansing the space. Saging. I would suggest using Palo Santo or Dragon's Blood. It's time for you guys to be releasing a lot of doubts. It's time to release a lot of doubts. A lot of us have been in the position that we're in before, busting a bitch. Remember, we talked about that a little bit earlier. Y'all going on Cali Lingo. Y'all got Cali Lingo already. I'm proud of you because you know what I'm talking about now. You got something busting a bitch. Something coming back, baby. And it's coming back with an opportunity of prosperity. So say yes to new opportunities, please. And don't doubt yourself because we feel like something is not going to be working out for us. We need to realize that there is something that we're going to be dealing with that is going to be showing us our own strength, and that we must be realizing that we're capable of handling things that at one point in time we didn't think we were going to be worthy of. Beautiful memories are coming up for a reason. I see reminiscing, some bittersweet moments. So you might be actually releasing something and having some moments where you're kind of like just thinking about it a lot. Acknowledge it for what it is and give a sense of gratitude, my baby. The final card that I have for my Aries for this evening is that you are supposed to be opening up. We're supposed to be opening up, you guys. This card speaks on you being in a position where you're about to be receiving something and you have to say yes to new opportunities. You have to put yourself in a position of feeling confident that something that is presented in front of you is going to be worthy of you. You need to be aware of the fact that you are going to be having some wonderful ways that you once thought were not meant for you. Beautiful things laid at your feet, Aries. Are you ready for it? That love that you've been manifesting, singles, is coming in. Be ready for it. That job that you've been praying for, Aries, is coming in. That position that you've been praying for in your workspace, you're about to be given to it. It's about to be given to you. You know what I'm saying? That business venture that you were manifesting, the business is picking up, babe. The customers are coming in. People are starting to see your TikToks. People are starting to see your YouTube. People are starting to come onto your website a lot more. It's getting busy. Pick up that inventory, bitch. Get to that business venture that you thought was not going to work out. It's picking up, babe. Yeah, clientele on the phone, baby. Bring it in, You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's good. It's picking up, Aries, and I definitely do love that. I love that for y'all. I definitely do see you in a situation where some of y'all have been manifesting things. Some of y'all have actually spoken the words about business ventures and money-making moves and, you know, relationships that you're ready for it, and you're ready for those moments where it's looking tough. Baby, it's gonna start looking tough. Now, here's my advice for you. Auntie got some advice, real quick. Auntie got advice. Auntie Amosha got advice on. So, in those moments where we're manifesting things and they start to look tough, that is not a time for you to think that it's not going to work out for you. That's a time for you to go into grind mode, bitch. That's a time for you to get hungry. That's a time for you to start viewing yourself in that position that you're manifesting. That business that you've been praying for is starting to slow down. That's not a time for you to put your inventory up. That's not a time for you to just log out of that Instagram and stop posting. That's a time for you to post more. That's a time for you to build up that business more. That's time for you to already have overstock ready. You know what I'm saying? Because you're about to be in a position to where it's going to make sense on why things are moving slow. You have to be ready for it. And for some of y'all that are starting that business up, please stop having a mindset. I'm not telling you that you cannot have the mindset that you're going to have a multi-million-dollar company. But do not think that it's going to start out and it's just going to be like that. Some of us are not blessed with that, but you got that momentum to keep it going. Your work ethic is supposed to be something crazy right now, baby. You know what I'm saying? And it should match that energy and that optimism that you have for this business venture. So that's my advice for y'all. Get ready to open up because things are changing real fast, real fast. Alrighty. So I want y'all to be ready though. I'm really excited for you guys. I really am. All right, Aries, we're going to close this out for y'all. Alrighty, y'all. So this does conclude our video for our beautiful Aries signs. Thank y'all for watching. And if you got to this point, you really my homegirl. We locked in. Baby, I'm a Leo. I'm possessive. Don't leave, auntie. But no, for real. Subscribe to me if you're from my TikTok. Welcome. I know y'all been waiting on auntie. I know y'all been waiting. There are more videos coming in. Your auntie is actually going to be on a 30-day little challenge. So we should be posting videos for the next 30 days just to get acquainted into the YouTube community so that we can have some homegirls from the YouTube community come in and join us. We're going to go ahead and we're going to conclude this here. I'm going to be posting a little bit more. If you do have me on TikTok, welcome to our YouTube. I'm so happy to have you here. If you're new, welcome to this crazy ride that we're going to be on. Enjoy it because auntie is a little bit wild. You must be 18 and older to be watching my videos because auntie gets the cussing, okay? She do. This for the grown folks, okay? But we're going to close it out here. I love you guys so much. Make sure y'all follow me on other social medias. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe and put that notification bell on once again. I love y'all so much. See y'all later.